Kind of tell us about how this opportunity came to be. Were you talking to other teams, and what is it about Pittsburgh that made you want to come here and give it a shot?
Yeah, so obviously it came down to the very last day, and there was a handful of teams circling ever since July 1st, and at the end of the day, I was excited about this organization and this team and what they got going on here. So this was always at the top of my list, and I'm happy to be here at the end of the day.
Did the players' science department at all appeal to you? I know you've kind of had to overcome some injuries and stuff like that. I know they're putting a lot of money. Did they talk to you about that at all, and maybe some different programs?
No, that wasn't one of the focal points when we were talking, but it happened just to work. I've worked with all the guys that they've brought in at Hockey Canada before, so
okay.
A lot of familiar faces, in the staff and in that part of the organization that, it was such a quick turnaround for myself being able to come in and feel comfortable. Everyone between the guys and the staff here, it's been great. So.
What was last season like for you? I mean, when you played, you produced, but I understand you dealt with a couple of injuries and kind of ended your season early, correct?
Yeah, just unfortunate. Broke my hand right after bye week there, and was ready to play the last week and a half of the season, but the situation that the team was in, and I think more of what the organization wanted to see with the young guys getting in the lineup. That's kind of the way it was, and my focus from there was just having a good summer. So from the minute I broke my hand, I was training hard and getting ready for this season, and it's paid off. I feel good.
Were you surprised that sorry to cut you off there, but were you surprised that there wasn't more interest from you in free agency?
There was interest. I was surprised that the interest turned out to be a PTO.
Okay, yeah.
At the end of the day, playing 44 games in the season and my history, I guess, that kind of pointed some teams in some other directions. And at the end of the day, that's not something I can control, right? So all I can control is, having a good summer, like I said, which I did, and I feel good coming into this camp, and I'm excited to be here with this organization and to prove to these guys here that I'm still an NHL player, which I know I am, and that's just where I'm at right now.
A PTO has some uncertainty to it. What is your mindset coming into a camp that actually has a lot of forwards who could play in the NHL?
Yeah, you see it through the first 3 days. A lot of players that can play, young, old. You go through the ages, and I think that's what makes this organization exciting to be a part of. And yeah, like I said, the uncertainty of it, but I can't control that. All I can control is doing my best every day and looking as good as I can for these guys here and standing out in any way possible. And whether it's leading by example and helping. I've been with Hayes for the first 3 days, and it's been fun working with him, and just giving him little pointers here and there with my experience. And at the end of the day, I'm here like everyone, just to earn a spot, and I think that mindset is the same going into any training camp, whether you have a contract or not. Whether you're trying to earn a spot or a bigger role or whatever it is. So,
have there been any conversations with Kyle about, okay, if this works, obviously a contract, but maybe if it doesn't work, he will work with you in other areas, or trade or whatnot?
Yeah, there's that mutual, understanding of each other, where we both stand and what we both want. And at the end of the day, like I said, my focus is on making this team and being here, and that's why I chose here for this PTO. And that's just where I'm at.
Cool. Thank you.